Hello and welcome to episode 20 of our Timberborn Update 5 Waterbeaver playthrough here, cycle 20, day 14. About a day before a bad tide is going to come in and have us a lot of problems. Going to be a bad time here, but we will see what we're able to take care of and hopefully avoid a cataclysmic beaver meltdown here. We already have one contaminated beaver. We don't know how long the bad tide's going to be. If it's really long, we're going to be hurting. It's going to be a really bad time. But fortunately, last episode we started the progress of getting this beaver washing machine blueprint made. Unfortunately, we are missing paper, which is a very annoying long process to make that without having the upgraded paper mill, which we could build in theory, but we'd have to have somewhere to put it. And up here, I made my bed. Now I have to lie in it. I got a mess. But if we were to expand this, or possibly replace this guy on the end with this thing, the paper mill, we might be able to make this work by just having it go up instead of down. This would probably be the best place for it. But it's certainly not going to be a super simple thing to do, so I'm kind of just tempted to leave that alone for right now and see if I can put it somewhere else. Like, say right here. I have these two things. We have a screw press that is making sunflower oil. We probably don't need to have that there. And this rudimentary sawmill we probably do need to have here. But I don't really know where else I could put anything. The way stuff is set up. We could, and this has been suggested in the comments a couple of times, put some water wheels here and move some sort of production up to the top of our little area. But I'm a little apprehensive of doing that because of, well, it's all bad water, so you don't want anybody to get infected who doesn't absolutely have to be. We got these guys already over here bucketing up bad water, or I guess maybe not because this is full. But we are supposed to be making the brain-stimulating mushrooms here, which requires sawdust, which we do have in spades currently, and they just have to bring it up here. But it's a long trip to make it up here, and we got a lot of stuff we gotta fix. It all flows into each other. Lots and lots of stuff that is a little suboptimal in how it's set up, but you know, there's really not that much else I can do about it. Last time we also moved this stuff around, and this is a big improvement. And there have been some comments in recent episodes about reorganizing industry and getting storage set up correctly, and this is a good step toward that. It's not perfect by any means, but once all the rest of this is put in, once we have scaffoldings to do it, then we'll be okay. Now, we did do a good thing last time by having this primitive dam and the upgrade slotted in the middle of the river. And that's going to keep most of these beavers from having to walk into the bad water. So the only beavers that are going to be in bad water, unless there's a flood, are the ones working in here. And unfortunately, this is a substantial portion of our water pumping, but we're about to have a bad tide, so I'm honestly kind of tempted to just pause all of these buildings and just evacuate this. They're not being used as dams, so it's not cheating. Don't come for me in the comments on that. But we've got basically 6 pumps here in this large farmhouse that can't do anything. And I mean literally cannot do anything once this turns into bad water. So we are going to get these guys out of here. All these crops are going to die, which is a huge shame because we spent all that time reconfiguring this area to grow more lotuses, and now they're going to be, well, completely destroyed within the first day of this bad tide happening. But if, this is a big if we can get all of these guys are fine because they have a little path here. If we can get all of these guys to evacuate, then it is very unlikely that beavers will legitimately need to go down into the river for any reason, because there's nothing for them. We've got this path here, but we could easily just remove these stairs so that they're not tempted to take a shortcut. And actually, I will do that right now. Oh, look, that guy got all confused, turned around. But if they don't have a reason to be down there, they won't be down there. And if they are, well, then they deserve it because they did it to themselves. But if we can keep the beavers out of the bad water and it doesn't surge, then we can hopefully avoid most of the infections that we otherwise would have had. And I think that's a good idea. I think we can make it work. The biggest problem is going to be making sure it doesn't flood, because right now it's backing up. And the flow of water shouldn't change, but it's going to be a problem, folks. So I'm thinking, I know this could be stupid. It's probably going to make somebody mad, but we got to take the dam out. It's not wide enough. And if we have that completely open, it cannot back up. Not enough water can possibly come through here. We just have to make sure we have as much water as we can pumped before that happens, because it's going to be bad news. And yeah, this is already, man, I hate this. It's already backed way up here. So let's give it a fighting chance. And once again, for like the umpteenth time, say goodbye to the dam. Just done. It's over. Finito. All this can flow out, and it shouldn't overtop anything, and we'll be in okay shape just as soon as this recedes, as long as none of these idiots go and swim underwater. Now, they probably still will try to do stuff like right here, go across, because they can, and we're going to have to protect them from themselves by taking the stairs away. I think it's the only way. And this rice is nowhere close to being done, so we can pretty safely just say, you know what, no rice for you. Figure it out. It's like right now this guy is going to the bath, but it's about to be infected with bad water, and this is still flooded. What gives? What gives, man? I took the thing out at the very end. If we turbo speed this, does the flooding go down? It better, or we're going to have a terrible time. Alright, it seems like it's improving. Alright, so it's gone down. It's gone down, and it's not flooded down here. See, this is why I wish this faction had anything of movable height. That's just... I literally can do nothing. The floodgate dam is it, but I can't research that yet. This is the only thing in this mod that allows to adjust water height dynamically in place. So, if you're one of those people wondering, why haven't you built a bad water bypass? You know who you are. We literally can't do it in this mod unless we have this, which requires the floodgate dam fancy blueprints, which is an entire mess to try and get done. It's a lot. But if we are able to not get these idiots to go down in the water, then we're going to be in decent shape. I think we can make it work. Now, why is this... I thought I put a path here. Well, that's annoying. Oh, also, we have 44 unemployed beavers, plus 14 incapacitated ones. So, I mean, these guys, I guess they can harvest some rice. And if I pause this while it has stuff in stock, then they're going to have to come empty it. But man, we're hurting for stuff here. Let's go ahead, say goodbye, just pause all of these. No sleeping, no living, no pumping. Just go away. Get out of here. You're done. It's over. At least for the next 7 days. Just get these guys out of here. And I guess Josh over here is going to grab some rice, but you might want to not do that, bud. Come on. The poison is coming. Oh, it's already here. These guys insist on still getting the water out of here. You better hurry up, dude. You better hurry up, because this is going to be a bad time. And if you guys get infected, I can't save you. You're going to have to go to contaminated beaver jail. And that will save you. But it's going to take you a while. Alright, so that's empty. That's empty. Okay, good. And there's nothing in the farmhouse. So now it's literally just this one farmhouse. Our buddy Josh here going to grab some grab some stuff. Hopefully not going to grab a contamination off of it, but you know how that's going to go. I am skeptical of this being viable here. But you know, you gonna grab this? You gonna grab this, bud? Okay, okay. He's grabbing some rice, but pretty soon it's gonna be infection time. Of course, this would be done right at the start of this bad tide. I guess I could have had this large farmhouse go a little bit longer, but I would really like to avoid having a ton of infected beavers because then we can't get anything done. Even though we have 55 of them not doing anything right now. Even though. Yeah, so probably going to get infected there, but as long as nobody else does anything... Oh, we need to close this Lido immediately. Oh, I can't close it. Well, they're not going to use it while it's infected water anyway. They'll get out of that. If you look at that, that was already 3 contaminated, 2 unwell. You better stop. I'm not going to pause the farmhouse because you need to have somewhere to, you know... Well, these 3 need to have somewhere to live. You don't live there. But, I guess we're going to be able to not avoid that. At the very least, everything else can still work. We got 5,800, 5,700 water. It's only 7 days, so we might be okay. Oh, and all these beavers dying of old age are not being replaced because there's no gaps in the housing for them. Well, I guess this mod they don't really work that way, but I digress. Everything is watered in terms of our irrigation. In the areas that it matters, so that's okay. This is perfectly fine up here. Except the amount of water they have is a little low. Not really much we can do about that at this exact moment in time. How is this rice not dead yet? Man. You contaminated, bud? No, somehow. Astounding. He's got superpowers. Well, he's probably going to have superpowers after he is in the sludge long enough. There it goes. Now it's starting to die out. Just faithfully grabbing rice. What a hard-working beaver here. Well, I was envisioning like the nightmare mode scenario of this being we end up with like 200 contaminated beavers like we did before. But now that we altered the flow of the stream here, I think we're going to be in good shape. We're going to be in better shape than we were. And we might be able to get away with only having maybe 20 contaminated beavers by the time this is all over. So there's no point in pausing these pumps because there's still some they can extract. And when they can't, pausing it solves nothing because then the beavers that live there don't live there anymore, and then is just a mess. Also, we have tons of beavers that are unemployed, so we don't need to add to that number. Yeah, it looks like we're going to end up... We have at least 15 now. All of this is about to be dead, and as soon as it is, we're not going to have any reason to come back over here. So we should be okay. Oh, yep. Gonna be contaminated pretty soon. But the good news is, all this is dead. Well, it's not good news, but for the purposes of Josh, you're making a recovery eventually. That's prospects are good. So we have another 5 days to get through this. Fortunately, we still have power. We can still continue making everything that we need to be making. The paper situation is regrettable, but what else am I going to do? I don't have anywhere to put the actual paper mill presently without reconfiguring basically this entire thing. And I'm certainly not going to do that while we have bad water coming through. So we just kind of have to figure out what we're going to figure out and hope our water supply lasts long enough to get stuff back up and running. We do not have enough sunflower seeds. I don't understand how we have to have so many sunflower seeds, but apparently we do. We should be planting more of those up here now that we have all this space cleared. These berry bushes, we probably shouldn't get rid of them because we do need the berries. Those do have kind of an important purpose, but we don't need all of the berries, right? hopefully no one's coming through here. I think we're okay. I think we're going to be fine. Are they actually getting any amount of water worth noting? Wow, I'm very surprised, but it's actually working. Kind of. Alright, we can roll with that. Our power production is still more than we're using, but just barely. We don't have enough scrap metal to make, well, much of anything, so why don't we see if we can make anything else? I'm pretty sure most of this is going to require scrap metal. Yeah, that needs methane. That needs, of course, the quartz we don't have. Scrap metal, of course we can't make that. Gold, no way are we going to have gold. So, I mean, it's not going to do anything deprioritizing this because, again, what are we even going to do? What are we even going to do? We'll just leave this here. It's fine. We'll be okay. We'll get through it. We just have to do what we have to do. And as long as we can keep our water storage up, we're gonna be in good shape. So these platforms are in place. These, of course, are waiting on more scaffolding to build the rest of the storage. But once that's done, we can continue cleaning this area up a little bit. The only reason these are still here is because these were already here, and I haven't found a better place to put them. This primitive mine getting coal probably can stay here. I just didn't want this to continue being an absolute pain to deal with. The pumpkin ship saga, though, that's been interesting to follow because we, for some reason, no longer produce enough pumpkins. I didn't think it was possible, but we did it. That's rice storage, which we do not have. We take a look at the recipe for this. It needs salt, logs, and rice. So we could get these cooking tents out of here, and we could move them closer to the salt mines, or we could move them up here where the rice is growing, provided the salt could, you know, easily be obtained up here, which we could do if we blasted a hole for a large, or I guess it's a medium mine here. But we've got options. We just, logistically speaking, we're not really in a great place until we have a ladder coming up here, which I know is something a lot of you have been specifically looking forward to. We're almost to 800 science. I'm just not sure I want to pull the trigger quite yet on that because it's going to be a monumental expense building all of those things. Each one of those is, take a look at this, it's 4 blocks of metal, 4 planks, and then 1 of the scaffolding, and we don't have that much scaffolding. Funnily enough, we have 100 metal blocks, so we can make a whole bunch of these things. But it's the scaffolding that's holding us back after all this time. How are we looking on paper? Oh, yikes, it's only 28. This is the problem, is I cannot make enough paper fast enough. Like, these guys are trying their best, but it's 5 hours. 5 hours for a piece of paper. So if we need 25, that's math. It's a lot. That is a lot of hours to get paper. And of course, it's only working hours. So we could build another primitive paper mill if we felt so inclined, but it's just, well, first of all, I have to remember what menu it's under. Because this is the regular, oh, okay, literally it's right here. We have medium cauldrons, we have clay, we have logs. I just have to be able to use it. Also, it consumes water, which we probably shouldn't be doing. But, like, if I had a good spot to put one, I probably should. I don't have a way to get up here unless I had more ladders in place, which, at this exact moment, I do not. Just have to figure out what we're going to be doing. So this, actually, this here for water. Well, I shouldn't be building over the water unless I have scaffolding, which I just spent a whole bunch of time complaining that I didn't have scaffolding, so I guess I shouldn't do that. But we got to be able to make paper faster than this. Absolutely have to be. And I don't have any good way of building the advanced paper mill. I mean, we're making enough power, but because of the way that this building is shaped, I need a whole lot more space than I have. And I guess I have the materials to build this without an issue, but like it connects power at the top, right? Just so we can see this. Yeah, it's going to be very hard with this game's limited amount of platforms that we have access to build, vertically speaking, going to be very, very difficult for us to make this work. We have the power, like I said, we have the power to do it. It's just going to be hard. And even like across the river here, we can't because this axle would be blocking traffic, so to speak. Like if we wanted to get rid of the medium cauldrons, which, by the way, oh, we don't need for that. We just need for the primitive paper mill. I mean, I could put it here, but we'd have to get rid of this guy, and we know that's not viable because we need it to be making more paper. See? Trade-offs everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. But somehow we managed to only have 9 contaminated adults right now, which is great. Very, very good progress. This just tilts me so much. We haven't even started on the 12 days yet. Because we need 29 more sheets of paper. Do I really want to build a second? I guess I just stop complaining and just build it, right? But where? Where can I even build this? I'm super out of space. I mean, I could put something over here, I guess. Honestly, this is probably fine right here. Let's just do it. Let's just build something. Because this always gets infected anyway, right? So it's kind of a pointless little area here. I guess we'll just have them work twice as hard and then figure out somewhere, somehow, how to get more space over here to build a thing. I guess I could just demolish these 2 if I'm assured that we're actually going to be able to build something. We do have, of course, other things we have to unlock, but we have these overhang walkways that we can use on the back sides of buildings, but the way that this is set up, again, it's just really challenging to connect everything to power. So we're almost better off putting that in the river, but I can't block the flow or else it's going to become a very, very big problem, which I do not think we want to deal with. Look at all we got these beavers in the contaminated beaver jail. Looking spiffy, for sure. Oh. Well, are we finally going to get this done quicker now? Oh, 32 sheets of paper. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We got this thing going. Food is still looking pretty good. The green peas have recovered slightly. Mushrooms are still slow because I've been trying to build our water stock back up. But that's one of those things that's just going to take a long time. Not a fast process whatsoever. We have all these lemon trees, and we got these guys harvesting away. And we have a nice stash of lemonade. That's actually good. That's a very efficient use of our water to create another beverage. This area up here, I still want to keep doing stuff too, but there's just so much that we've got to do. It becomes an issue. We can stop making nitroglycerin though, for sure. Brain boosting salts, we probably need to go ahead and start making more of those, which requires a strong alcohol, which we are not making because we have pollution resistance. In fact, maybe that's why the beavers aren't getting as contaminated. But they definitely are getting contaminated. I don't know how when they're not going down in the water, unless they're being stupid and going down in the water anyway, which is certainly possible. Not advisable, but certainly possible. We don't have enough rice to really make the sake. So you know what? We can't make this. We can't make this. We can make basic balm if we had the beds, which we don't, but I probably should research those anyway. But the basic balm requires all of these ingredients, and we have some of them, but not really a great supply of everything. But we do have enough to do something. Let's see, the pencil sets we don't need more of. I don't have any more lotuses to pluck. And the rest of this is just, well, we haven't done balloon trading yet, and we probably won't for a while, so I guess that's not really something we have to worry about. Well, at the end of the day, we have 23 contaminated beavers. I didn't think we should have that many, but hey, the game says we do, so I guess somebody must have stepped in something. But we still have 1,400 water, almost 1,500, and there's half a day left in the bad tide. Of course, it'll take, like, I don't know, 2 days to flush this out. But then we can get these guys back in here. Start pumping again. They've just been pumping away at nothing for a long time, which is probably not advisable. But it's working. We're getting somewhere. We just have to figure out our pumpkin situation slightly better, because these pumpkin chips... That's not pumpkin chips. Yeah, the pumpkin chips, for some reason, have not been able to be kept in stock. We just have so much other stuff going on. I guess I could unpause that one... This one guy here. Water pump upgrade. It's probably okay. But we made it! In a rather boring manner, but we did, in fact, make it. And, after all that, we're only 37 out of 50. Man, what a pain. But hey, I was fully expecting this bad tide to be a disaster, and instead, we were just a little bored waiting for stuff to get taken care of. But we are looking okay, and we actually reduced the population a little bit, which, for our purposes, is good. The bad news is, once I turn these back on, we're going to have housing for another 20-some beavers, which is not really what we're trying to be doing. We got all sorts of stuff to take care of that does not involve having that many beavers. But that's the way it goes, because half of these buildings have to have houses in them. Of course, we don't have any scrap metal to really do anything with this. But the mechanized kitchen house... in theory, should... Oh, okay, they're waiting on mushrooms. Mushrooms and rice. Yeah, that's the eternal problem, is fixing the rice, which is growing here just fine, but not really a fantastic situation for the rice here. I don't know if this is going to be... I'll just get rid of it. See if that works. Is that a... That's a... Okay, they're planting rice there. That's fine. Yeah, that's in range. They just haven't gotten there yet. Yeah, we're looking okay. So here comes our good water. Slowly going to flush all this out. Hopefully. Alright, good. They're getting regular water out of this. That means it's already started to become unpolluted. To a certain extent. There you go. Love to see that. I think we can... Okay, yeah, we're already coming in here to plant rice again. Into the N22, replacing our buddy Josh here. So I think it's probably... This is going to be collecting poison for quite some time. But it is improving. And if the rice can already be replanted, then we know it's less than 50% contaminated, which is a good sign. Just going to take a little bit of time to get that done. But I will go ahead and unpause the large farmhouse, get these guys in here to plant these lotuses, because we know we have to have those done ASAP. Get those guys in there, and yeah, some of them might become infected, but we did well enough where I don't think I'm going to need to be worried about that any longer. At least not to that extent. 39 out of 50. It's taken us longer to get the paper than it is to actually research this thing. And since this is good... Well, okay, well, this is going to be bad water no matter what, but since it's no longer a bad tide... I guess it doesn't matter over here, but we do have some more reorganizational work to do. However possible it may or may not be for us to do it. But we're going to try. Going to do our best. It's just hard. Hard map. Very hard map. Alright, so this stuff is slowly becoming decontaminated. Probably going to get a couple more beavers feeling unwell just coming in here trying to replant stuff, but that's the way it goes. You just gotta do what you gotta do. We'll put those stairs back in and make it nice and easier. The pumpkins are recovering, so I guess that was one of those things where we just started running out of stuff because we ran out of stuff. I know that probably doesn't make any sense, but if you have to substitute, eventually your substitutes are going to run out of stuff, and then you have to have a substitute for your substitute, and then it substitutes all the way down. You don't want that. We don't want that. So as long as we can keep enough variety in place, I think we're going to be in good shape. Okay, this is already watered. I think we're probably okay to turn the rest of these back on, get our pumping going again. So I will turn these back on here, and now we have extra beds. And we're going to have all these guys pumping away as soon as they have enough beavers. That is. So mostly back to normal now. Slowly building our large industrial piles, which do take a good amount of scaffolding. The kimchi supply, surprisingly, has gone pretty severely down. Probably because we don't have as many bramble flowers, but I mean, we're not out of bramble flowers. We just don't have any over here. So I guess we could check that and then have that be obtain. Do I even have a storage for bramble flowers over here? I have rice and I have green peas. And we're getting bramble flowers out with wood felling planification lodge, but I don't have a storage for them over here. I guess I could just put in a couple of these guys. Oh, it's not storage piles. They go in warehouses. Why did I do that? Yeah, pop those guys right there. Find the bramble flowers, which are there, and then these can get turned into supplies. I think that's going to work. That's about the best we can do, considering our circumstances. But we've got lilies planted. We got a lot of them planted, and I'm hoping that we get a full cycle to harvest at least one more, because you know the lily flowers themselves, lotus flowers. I always want to call them lilies because they look like lily pads. We've been using these to make stuff. The nenufars not so much. Gotta find something else to do with those. And like, there's recipes that do it, but they use other stuff we don't really have a great quantity of. Like, we probably should be making the vegetable stew in the mechanized kitchen house, but that requires the bramble flowers that we don't have, and it uses a lot more water. So that's the thing. We gotta get these bramble flowers. Gotta do it. Nothing to do in range. Did I... Okay, that was my fault. Not marking any of the rest of this as ready to go. Yeah, we'll unmark the... we'll unmark all the, you know, crops. And I guess the inside of this, not that it really matters at this point, but anything that doesn't have trees should be unmarked. I know they can't get over here, but since we're already here, might as well just take the chance that we've got to get a couple more things out of here. But now that we have this, we should be in a little bit of a better shape. What's the maximum distance for this farmhouse here? All right, so I will put in this on the outer boundary of the farm space, because we want to be able to expand the farm and keep these bramble flowers at bay, but we also want to be able to use the bramble flowers. So I will continue using this space as much as I can. Just go ahead and kill these. Get these berries out of here. We'll leave this one bush there just because we can. Yeah, the green peas we want to be able to keep planting here, but I will stop that maybe right around here, just as soon as they take all these things out. And we want to leave a couple of these brambles in place so they can continue to regrow, so we can harvest the flowers, so we can use them to make stuff. So that's kind of the whole deal that we're, I put the, nope, don't plant that, don't plant that. That's supposed to be sunflowers. Yeah, this is a little bit of a long process. Okay, that'll be done before too long. We don't need to lose sleep over it. But it's just we got a lot of stuff to get done. You know the drill. We always do. And it's fine. We'll just deal with it. See, these are so fast. These bramble seedlings. It is unbelievable how fast they are. Probably are going to have a couple come in here while I'm waiting anyway. So don't leave anything to chance when you're trying to defend against these guys. They're just going to spread and take everything that they possibly can from you. Well, anyway, we can leave that alone for right now. Our water supply is going up. We should, I hope. Oh, come on, man. We're 37 minutes into the video. And I still don't have all my paper for making this. I need this beaver washing machine like I need to breathe. Let's go, folks. Get that paper made. I know you're not that hard up on paper. I know that's not what reality is. What a slow process, huh? Watching them harvest the bramble flowers. Very, very, very slow. So I guess we get to find out just how long all of this is going to take. The fun way. By the fun way, I mean the slow way. But as long as we can kind of curtail the brambles advance, I think we're going to be fine. And then, like, we can leave these back here. They can harvest those. That shouldn't take too much extra time or energy to get that done. We just have to make sure we are on top of defending all this empty space that pops up. Maybe build the wood felling planification lodge a little bit closer up to here. I think that would be a smart idea. Yeah, because they're already going so far out to just different spots. We'll put this here, and then we'll get rid of this guy. Plant some more farming stuff over there. Okay, so that needs to be a path. This needs to be a path once it's removed. There we go. And there's only a couple more squares. These 4 right here that we need to plant as other stuff. It's surprising how slow the rice is to come in here, but I guess we shouldn't really be... There's still logs down here? Why? That shouldn't be a thing. I thought for sure this was... Oh, there's a log there. Okay. Alright, so that's got to be a sunflower. And then this one comes out. It's going to be green peas. Riveting content, watching these guys chomp away at basically thorn bushes for an extended period of time. But now that this is done, this can go away. Because we already don't have enough beavers to really do much of anything over here as it is. They say there's no workers in district. Well, we'll fix that. Now there's workers. They should be able to work substantially faster just coming over here to do this. Got one more of these. Yeah, that's going to be nice. And there's all these remnants here we can harvest. We finally have water here, so we should be able to get this filled up a little bit nicer. And somehow we still don't have all these scaffoldings. 48 paper, come on, man. I need you to be faster on the paper. Look, it's been on my OBS timer. It says 40 minutes and 48 seconds, and we have only gone from like 15 to 48 paper. That would be why there's nobody here. Nobody here, and this is already kind of a slow and fruitless endeavor. But this says 49 now. We made some progress there. Are we out of sawdust? Well, now it's the other way around. We don't. Now we don't have the sawdust because I had these guys doing other stuff. Planks are full. I guess we're just going to make sawdust. Eternally relying on sawdust. This mod is a delicate balancing act, and I am the equivalent of a clown with 8 left feet trying to balance all of this. But hey, that's the way it goes. We got tons and tons and tons of cabbages. We couldn't possibly need or use all of these cabbages, so I kind of want to unplant some of them. Maybe this corner here we can turn into sunflower seeds, because we never ever have enough of those, ever. I think that would be fine. Come on, 50. Give me that big 5-0. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, we got 2 of them working here. Okay, okay. We will be eagerly awaiting for this to say 5-0 and for that 12-day, 12-hour timer to start. Which means at this point, there's no possible way this will happen this episode and might not even happen next episode. Depends on how it goes. Just gotta get this one piece of paper in here. And then that's that. Come on, this is so slow. I know it's done. I know you have the paper. I see it. Just bring me the paper. Bring me the paper. Let's go. Show that 5-0. Oh, all right. The worker is going to get it. Carrying something. There we go. Finally. 12-day, 12-hour, and it's going to continue collecting all this stuff, so that's going to cause all sorts of problems. But the process has actually begun, and that's good. Now we just have to figure out how we're going to build the thing, because it is not researched yet. It's only 100 science. The sunflower oil we have the barely have the metal fasteners. The scrap metal is going to be another problem we have to solve, and that was something I wanted to do today, and then we got distracted, so we can still do that. The gears are fine, planks are fine, logs are fine. Everything else is fine. Halfway to the lotuses, we're at day 7, so we stand a decent chance of harvesting at least a few of those. We were out of lotus flowers. And I don't even remember what we were using those for. Was that the recipe here? Yes, the fried rice. Which we have 45 lotus flowers here. I guess we can keep making fried rice. It just never lasts long enough. I can hold 1,100 of it in here. It never lasts long enough. They just always eat it immediately. I guess it must be a really, really high quality food source for them to have to deal with that. But let's come back and check on over here. Ah, yes. See, this is very close. The end right here, this last corner piece is going to be the last one we can plant. So as soon as that's done, we'll take care of that. And then we can start planting additional areas closer to everything here. Just takes time to get it done. And that's over with, finally. So that path's in place. This log pile doesn't need to be here. That can go away. The rice storage, or the crappy warehouse, whatever. Realistically, we're never going to make enough rice to justify having a larger storage than that, so I think this is probably okay. We just need to be planting some more crops over here, which I will just saturate this whole area with these sunflowers, and we'll get done what we can get done. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We got 5,300 water here. I need to fill this up, but I don't think they can pump fast enough. This is something we talked about last time in the water pump department, is that we really, really need to get these pumps going. This deep water pump, every quarter of an hour provides 1. And right now, this is every third of an hour provides 1. So if we unlock this, we can build this bad boy right here. Of course, it has a lower draw, but if we can start replacing these, then I think we're going to be in good shape. It's just going to take us some time to do it. I think now might be that time. Sorry, ladder lovers, but it is imperative, absolutely imperative, that we have a better setup for getting water. And I think it's going to start right here. So I'm going to get rid of just a couple at a time. This right here will get unlocked. It really doesn't look all that different. Okay, it has a different texture. I see now. Slightly different design, but maybe we don't need to do the upgrades quite yet. 5 of these at a third of an hour versus 3 of them at a quarter of an hour. It's still coming out on top for the old design, but yeah, you know what? We're gonna just have to do it. We're just going to have to convert all of this over. It's going to take us a while, but we'll just have to do it. The hardest part, I think, for right now is going to be the scrap metal, which we don't have. That's why I haven't gotten rid of the rest of these yet. But if we just slow down a second, try to figure out... First of all... Oh, this is scrap metal storage. That can go away. Because we don't have any of that. I just need to have somewhere to put these stupid things. These... the primitive smelters, because they rather frustratingly have a second story entrance, which means they either need to be hung off a cliff next to a platform set, or they need to be in the river, which we're trying to grow stuff, and I don't really want to block anything off. Can these flip? Oh, they can. Okay. I don't want to put it over here because it's really not a good spot for it. And this space over here, if we were to hang it off of somewhere, it's just really not ideal. It is really not an ideal scenario, the way that we have this going. This is a very hard map. Very, 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 very hard map. So instead, I'm going to apparently become distracted and start doing other stuff because my brain can't process what I'm supposed to be doing. Man, I hate to take away some of our tree growing, but... I gotta use the space, and I don't want to get rid of the berries. These chestnut trees are supposed to be being cut down. I guess... Oh, man, I guess the way that this is set up, we're gonna have to just start taking away some of these trees here. Not really any other way around it, and we have pretty much full storage on logs. These are getting filled up. That has saltpeter. There's no sawdust in there because we don't have sawdust. So maybe just for right now. No, I'm going to have to put it somewhere else. Where do I have log storage that I can upgrade to a couple of these things? I guess. Man, it's just... Oh, this is... I don't have the scaffolding. Okay. I hate it. I hate building... stuff that isn't really a good replacement or a good solution for other problems we have going on, but oh well, it is what it is. We'll just get these guys to do that. Cut down... I was in the wrong spot. Cut down these, and I guess because these have to go on top of something or next to something that is on top of something, we will just have to place our platforms that I don't really want to use, or I could build crappy platforms. Actually, if I want to get rid of the logs that I have way too many of, that's the way to do it. We'll just build crappy platforms. That's what we'll do. We'll just do it that way. And I'll take away another whole row of these things so they can chop those down. All right, turbo speed it is. Our entire success of all of this is riding on our ability to build deep water pumps, and we don't have scrap metal to do it, and I can't really reasonably build stairs to get to all of this. I mean, I guess I could, but it's a whole process. It's a very, very, very slow process. We got a little bit here. Get rid of that, and then pop that in. I know I can get rid of these, no problem. And this is only a limited amount of scrap metal that's here. But we should be able to get to at least some of it. If these are already deleted and empty, then I can safely get rid of those, and we can rebuild some of these over here. I will go here and here. I guess we'll let them take care of that. But yeah, we've got... look how fast they built these crappy platforms. Oh, maybe I should have done that the whole time instead of relying on the fancy ones, the nice ones. What a concept, huh? Just gotta get these trees cut down, which they're going to do, and then not replant, and then we'll have a whole bunch of these things, because we have the iron right here, and we have the coal right here on this same level. They just have to go zoop, 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 just like that. Sound effects included. Mandatory. And everything's going to be okay. Speaking of okay, we're at 23% on the blueprints for the beaver washing machine. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen this episode, but next one we're going to have beaver washing machine, and it's going to be glorious. I just have to figure out where it's going to go. Might not be a super simple thing to get done. So I'm pretty sure part of this has to be in water, which means this doesn't fit at all. We'd have to substantially rework how this whole thing is set up. Yes. Okay. Well, I've got dynamite. All right, this is this is possibly going to be a bad idea, but let's do it anyway. Let's see if we can get this to work. Obviously, we can't build it right now, but we can, in fact, well, get rid of that. Get rid of this here. There we go. We will need to put stairs back in to put this dam back in once we get to that point, but oh good, we have a drought coming in. Well, friends, you know what time it is. It's time for the 12th annual building of the dam. And by 12th annual, I mean, why is all this stuff going to this specific corner when I specifically asked it not to? All right, here we go again. Power shafts will help us shift it that way so we can use this space. They can grab all that stuff. Good. But now my problem is going to be, do I have enough? Oh, no, I do. Okay. That's going to work out wonderfully, wonderfully, wonderfully. Wow, that was quick. They got all those logs in there just like that. So now this space right here is... Oh, yes. Oh, it's glorious. Soon! But it requires power. Yes, it does. And you know what we can put in the little thing right here? We can put a little water wheel, and we can make it happen, folks. And you know what else we can do? You know what else we can do? Because we have the space for it. We can take a look at our paper mill and figure out where we can pop that thing in the water right next door. Just as soon as we unlock this and I figure out how to get everything else where it needs to go. This is at least the dam's in place. I've got ideas for the next episode already, and we're gonna get some good stuff going, folks. Water capacity. Hey, look, it's done. Nice. So now that that's a thing, can I build, if I unlock this, is it going to let me build in between two adjacent deep water pumps? I have no reason to expect this would allow me to place this here, and it doesn't look like it will. Yeah, because those aren't matching. But that's something we can work toward next time. And of course, we can't build the beaver washing machine until the blueprints are completely researched. But we can prepare everything else. Like I said, this is going to end up going here. We're going to have power, which is going to end up being water wheel here and here. I don't know. I can't get away with that, but I can go ahead. Since they can't get in the water, I can pop that right there, and it should still let me, yep, right like so. We will do that, absolutely. This should provide enough power by itself. Actually, maybe not. But if I put that there, then I can have all these platforms. I was so worried about, oh, I gotta use the platform. I just use the crappy ones. Why not? Why not? There's no reason not to. Just pop that there. And then we just have to have this put in. I guess I can leave this alone. But now I've got to find a place to put the paper mill. And that's going to be the fun, folks. That's going to be the fun, because if I blast this down, I'm going to have, let's see, it's a third story entrance. Yeah, that's what a curious building. What a questionable design for being perfectly honest here. This irrigation lodge is on the wrong side of the road. It's going to have to move. I'm going to rebuild it on this side like so. And we can actually go ahead and get rid of this. Because this is already irrigated. This is just me making space. Making a deal with myself here. That if I can do this logically, then I can find an excuse to do this next episode instead of putting it off again. But the way that this is set up, if I put it down in the water, I only need to go up two blocks. So then this can end up getting removed like that. And then if that's good, I'm going to have, nope, it's going to have to be 3. We're working, folks. It's far away, but it's a place I can actually fit this, so I guess it's going to be fine. This is all in place. What's our power capacity? 211. This requires 150, and our paper mill requires 100, so it's not going to be perfect. And it certainly is not going to work during a drought. But it's going to work. It's going to be possible for us to actually use this. And that's a good feeling. We just have to be able to build our power shafts. And hopefully that ends up working. This is already going to be going up to the 2nd level, and it has to go up to the 3rd. I hope this works. Let's blow this up. So I put this here. All right, I got to pause so I can think. That's not gonna be perfect. Oh yeah, I could spend 500 science on the universal power shaft. That's a winner right there. What I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to. Hopefully this doesn't. Well, obviously now there's nothing coming through at all because it's completely stopped. But if I dynamite this out. Remember, our irrigation lodge is protecting this from bad water, so even if this was bad water filled, it would not be an issue. But if I move this into here, and then I put that guy right there, then I'm going to run into a problem. Ooh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Look at this. Well, I'm still going to run into a problem, but if I do this way, I can actually save myself a little bit of grief, and I already kind of peeled this out the worst way possible. But this does not need to come out. I'm thinking on my feet here, folks. I know this is not the most beautiful solution ever, but this going here actually would be viable. That would be viable because it could come up one. Well, first of all, I did this majorly wrongly here. That will be. You know what? I'm just going to put a T intersection. That's going to be the easiest way to do it. Easiest way to do it. So that'll go there, and then we'll have our crappy platform here, and then that will go here. Yeah, buddy, look at that. Look at that. Now I just have to have... I'm going to have to get the double platforms involved. Scaffolding or the tall platform? Well, actually, I'm probably better off unlocking these overhang walkways instead. Yeah, let's do that. This is going to be more versatile later on, which is going to require us to do the paper mill. Yep, there goes our ladder points again. Sorry. Sorry about you. We just got to get it done, man. There's no more excuses. We have to be able to produce more stuff. And the ladders just, unfortunately, are not that high on the list for us to unlock. And this is already... How are they getting down here? I thought I took the... Oh, they still have that. Okay. Well, we'll let them take care of that. It's well past time for me to end this episode. How has this flooded? Okay, that tears it. It absolutely has to be... It absolutely has to be the primitive dam. So we're going to have to massively rework that. I guess we can put that on the list for the next episode. And figure stuff out that way. But going into a drought, with 6,300 water, we got 679 lemonade and only 3,900 food, but the food situation should, being the operative term, end up working out in our favor. For now, though, it's just a whole lot of this. You know how this works. We'll go ahead and get you out of here. As always, appreciate you being here, Beard Boosters especially, for all of your fantastic support, making it possible to keep doing these long series and not just every day being the newest, most exciting Timberborn content. I like these deep dive things. And it's nice to be able to rest assured knowing that those folks are making sure that I can keep doing that and not resorting to just chasing the algorithm, because I absolutely despise doing that. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. We'll be back again next episode for more fun with the water beavers, and then after the next episode comes out, the episode after that, assuming everything goes correctly, will be one that I will be able to read the comments on before recording. So please do always note anything you see that you'd like to see improved, or any mistakes I make, or suggestions, or whatever that you might have. Please do always leave those, even though I can't address them until 2 episodes from now. This video. I do always read those, always make notes. If it's something we can do, then I'll try to do it. If it's not, then, well, I can't do it because we can't do it. But we always try our best. I really appreciate the support, all the views and comments and everything. Fantastic fun getting to do all this with you. But that's enough of my yapping. We got a 7-day drought that we're going to pick back up in next episode. And I hope to see you there. Until then, stay safe, have fun, and we'll see you later, friends. Bye-bye.